Welcome to Latino Review's first look at Lobo. Our master of mayhem, Dr. Strangefist, gives us a peek at some intergalactic chaos this time around. As comic book movies continue to enjoy mainstream success, film studios dig deeper and deeper into comic company vaults in search of lesser-known characters and properties. Warner Brothers and writer Angel Dean Lopez have unearthed one such character, DC Comics' interstellar bounty hunter, Lobo. A violent anti-hero, Lobo originally emerged in the 80s and enjoyed some popularity during the boom of grittier, more adult-oriented comics in that decade and in the 90s. With darker approaches to comic book adaptations being more popular than ever in the wake of The Dark Knight's massive success, Lobo certainly seems ripe for the picking. Let's see what Lopez and revisers Gerald Brown and Don Payne have to offer. The script begins with an ending, the ending of a civilization. In the post-apocalyptic remains of a city on planet Zarnia, a search party finds a lone survivor, an abandoned infant. The patrol is deeply moved by the discovery, but when the baby nearly bites off the finger of one of its rescuers, it is cast back into the ruins and left for dead. But this devilish ankle-biter is destined to survive, as he is to become our anti-hero, Lobo. Fast forward to 532 years later. The tiny infant has matured into an infamous and merciless bounty hunter, and is a prisoner of the Galactic Empire. We learn that 4 other convicts have recently escaped from a prison ship, and that next to Lobo himself, these 4 are the most dangerous criminals in the galaxy. These 4 villains have learned the location of a powerful object that can be used as a devastating weapon, and have set out to look for it. With Imperial forces stretched thin throughout the galaxy, the powers that be dispatched Lobo to track down these fugitives, offering him his freedom and the reinstatement of his bounty hunting license should he successfully complete the mission within 24 hours, and making Lobo something of an alien version of Snake Plissken. The twist is that the location of the object the 4 convicts are looking for, and the planet where Lobo will be hunting them down, is none other than Earth. Here things take a drastic turn for the mundane to small-town Middleton, Indiana, where we meet rebellious, vaguely punkish high school teen, Kayla McKee. She's a classic angst-filled outcast type who longs to escape her small town and go on to bigger things, but she could never have foreseen what's in store for her. Kayla possesses a necklace left to her by her absent birth father, a metal sphere with a mysterious inscription. This necklace is the key to uncovering the object the fugitives are seeking, and they eventually find their way to Kayla. They arrive at her house at almost the same time as Lobo. A firefight ensues, but the villains escape with Kayla's stepfather as a hostage, mistaking him for Kayla's birth father, the man they are after. Lobo and Kayla predictably team up, and Kayla tells him that during the fracas, the convicts ask about something called a Drell. We learn that the Drell is an almost endlessly powerful sentient weapon, and Kayla's father, who had been granted telekinetic powers, was its guardian. Kayla discovers that she has inherited her father's abilities, and that her necklace can be used to track her father and the Drell. Only she can use it, so she and Lobo set off in pursuit of the fugitives and her father. This story is probably more akin to something out of Heavy Metal magazine than what you'd normally expect from the pages of DC Comics. The male alien characters are larger than life, muscle-bound killing machines. The women curvaceous and scantily clad. Lobo rides a futuristic hot rod motorcycle through space without any kind of spacesuit or armor, because he's just that tough. It's over-the-top, pulpy stuff. The human leads are outcasts too big for their one-horse town, whose eyes are open to the unimaginable possibilities of the universe beyond our measly little blue and green planet. It's understandable that Warner Brothers would have this story take place on Earth to attempt to make it more believable. But on some level, the story would work better if it took place entirely in space and on exotic alien worlds. Setting it primarily on Earth somehow softens it and makes it all more conventional. In a way, it's sort of like the film version of Masters of the Universe, taking place on Earth and not on Eternia. Still, the pulp appeal is there, and the action has potential, even though it's not as violent as it could be. And besides, badass anti-heroes like Lobo are hard to resist, if done right. This has been Latino Review's first look at Lobo.